Welcome to the Plotline Portal, where we bring stories to life. From heartwarming tales to spine-chilling horror, join us on a journey of discovery and imagination. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell for the best in storytelling. It was a dark, stormy night when I first heard the story of the haunted doll. It was a story passed down from generations, and I had always thought it was just an old wives' tale. But after hearing it, I knew better than to think that way. This story had truth to it, and it was terrifying. The story goes like this. There was a young girl named Sarah who had a collection of dolls. But there was one that was her favorite. It was a Victorian-era porcelain doll that had been passed down from her grandmother. Sarah loved that doll. She would talk to it, and sometimes she would even sleep with it. But one night, something strange happened. Sarah heard a whisper, a voice that sounded like her name. She looked at her doll, and it looked back at her, its lips mouthing her name. From that night on, unusual things started happening around Sarah. Doors would slam shut, objects would move on their own, and she would see strange shadows on the walls. She knew it was all because of the doll, but she was too afraid to part with it. So, she kept it safe with her in bed. Then one night, things took a turn for the worse. Sarah woke up in the middle of the night with a cold sweat. Next to her pillow, there was a message scribbled in red, "You are next." And the doll was gone. Sarah searched the entire room, but the doll was nowhere to be found. She was terrified. She knew it had to be the doll. She looked down at her hands and saw that there were tiny porcelain shards embedded in her skin. It was then that she realized that the doll was alive, and it was after her. Sarah ran out of her room, screaming in terror. Her parents tried to calm her down, but when they looked at her, they saw something they would never forget. The porcelain doll sat on Sarah's shoulder, laughing maniacally. From that moment on, people started disappearing from Sarah's town one by one. And just before each disappearance, there would be little porcelain shards embedded in the victim's skin. It was clear that it was the work of that same cursed doll. And here is the twist. One day, while rummaging through old family albums, Sarah's younger sister stumbled upon a photo of Sarah holding the same porcelain doll. But something was off. The photo wasn't as old as they had initially thought, and Sarah looked the same age that she was now. That's when it dawned on them that the cursed porcelain doll had taken control of Sarah and was using her as a host body to take revenge on everyone in town. And as they all stood in stunned silence, a chilling laughter echoed through the house. They knew it was too late. The curse had already taken over, and Sarah was now a puppet to the doll's evil whims. The end. I hope you liked the story. Let me know if you want me to add anything else to make it even scarier.